So I have kind of two unboxings to do. I have a Bass Pro Shop and a Tackle Warehouse unboxing. And I'm going to kind of do them both in one because they're not really all that big. And what I'm really doing is I'm gearing up for spring a little bit, but I also have the availability right now to still do fall fishing. So I'm kind of working on that. And where I live, you can kind of see what the weather is. I think the lowest I really get into is about 43 degrees. So fall fishing is really an option here. And I don't really do it too much because I don't like the cold, but I guess in the Midwest, you guys would consider that, you know, brisk weather. So I'm trying to kind of get into it a little bit more. So anyway, let's get into this unboxing. So what I have here, first of all, is I have these Zoom baby brush hogs, and they're in the green weenie. And I ordered these because I really thought the color was just really unique. Pull one out here for you. And what they are is on the top, you can see it's sort of a really light green, almost like a little bit of an olive green, a little bit translucent here, and you can see that on the tail. And when you turn it over, it's got this really nice sort of purple hue. And I just thought that that would be really interesting to try. So, and you can Texas rig these, Carolina rig them, really just so many options that you can do with them. You can use them as a trailer jig because they are like the baby size, but I actually am going to try to find these in this color in a little bit of a larger size as well. And then I have the KVD Perfect Plastics, and these are the 4-inch swim and shiner in the Ghost Shad. And I was thinking to use these like, you know, for a trailer hook or something as well. Let me get one of these open. Could also use these for like Carolina rigging or small, maybe Texas rig presentation. Maybe even drop shotting, I suppose. There's no reason why not. But so there you go. That's about the size of them. And they don't have the opening in the belly for the hook. But what they do have is this nice little ribbing on top, this recessed part. And what's good about that is if you're like putting a, say you want to do this Texas rigging style and you put in one of those extra wide gap hooks through it, and you want to skin hook it for weedless presentation, or even if you don't, you can fit that hook tip right into that ridge and it will still be somewhat weedless across the back. And if you skin hooked it, it would be even more weedless. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Put these back in here. I've learned my lesson. If I don't keep these things in their bags, then the cats will try to eat them. So then I got another package of the KVD Perfect Plastics, and these ones are the coffee scent with coffee and salt. And if you get them saltless like the other ones that I just showed you, they'll actually float. They're a little more buoyant, but the salt ones won't. And this is the 5-inch green pumpkin pearl. And it's similar, so there's really no reason to open it, except for this one has the opening on the belly so that you could put the hook through the belly as well. And what's kind of nice about that is you're not putting the hook through so much material. So, yeah. Anyway, these are the coffee scent, I believe. Yeah. So there we go. And then I got these Johnson Beetle Critters, and they're just little, like, bugs or whatever. And there's a lake I go to where they stock trout every week, and these are really good for that. The trout kind of like those. They prefer, like, probably the pink and white, but these work okay, too. And the panfish like these. So if I'm doing bluegill or crappie up there. And then I also got this little Rebel here. It's just a little jerkbait, little minnow guy. And I thought I'd try this on the trout as well. And I also picked up these grubs here. They're just the two-tone. So they're sort of this bright pink on the top side. And underneath they're white. And then they have a sparkly chartreuse curly tail. And these were like $1.48. Not in any other color, just in this one color. So I thought, well, we'll give it a try for that. And then the last thing in this box are these two Gamakatsu packages of hooks. I have a 2-aught and a 1-aught. And I have a lot of the like 3-aught and 4-aught and a few 5-aught hooks. But I thought I'd like to get some smaller ones for maybe the baby brush hogs. And I have a few of the teeny brush hogs, or some of those smaller 3.5-inch minnows that I got from, or swim baits that I got from Big Bite Baits. So I wanted some smaller ones. So that was that box. And then in my next box, if you've seen any of my recent videos and know how many jigs that I came up with, you'd laugh to see that I got 3 of these. But the reason being was that these were at a really good price, and I'm still really new to football jigs, and I thought, well, I'll get some really inexpensive ones to use as practice. And I'm also going to be taking my godson out to fish a little bit, and he can try these out as well and get some practice in. There's no color listed on here. I can't remember what color it was when I ordered it, but this one I think looks like a PB&J, and it's a 3/8 ounce. This one's the black and blue. And then this one here is just the green pumpkin. So I got those. And then we sort of get into the frogs. And I do have a number of frogs, but frogging is absolutely 100% brand new to me. I'm going to be buying a frogging pole here for the season coming up, but absolutely brand new. I have a whole box of them that I've been collecting through my subscription tackle boxes, but I did get a few more here. And this is a snag proof, and it's what I would probably call more like the 45 size. And this is the Pro Series T-Frog. And the color is Mossback, and it's a 1/4 ounce. Really small little guy. Hear good things about that. And it's got a white belly, and then you can see like closer to like a lime green legs here. And then I got another snag proof, and this is the Fat Frog, Ish's Fat Frog, Ish Monroe, and it says here it's got the Gamogatsu double hooks. Different profile, you can see there. It's more like streamlined and a little bit fatter, straight across through rather than being indented. And then the legs have, the legs are kind of straight back. So it's probably supposed to walk the dog a little bit better because it has a more rear facing presentation than like the others that face, you know, out at an angle more. So I would think that that would give you like less resistance. So maybe it would like walk a little bit better. And it also has the ITT technology, which is where it has a tube that goes from where the hooks come out in the belly all the way to the nose. And that's supposed to help keep the water out of the frog. So we shall see. And then I got this one by Spro, and it's really interesting. It's a 65, Bronze-Eye Frog 65. It's probably one of the larger ones that I have. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I got this particular frog simply because I thought the color was awesome. I don't really know if it's going to be a really good color for my area or not. I just thought the color was really cool. So it's got a sort of a sherbet belly with maybe a darker orange top and black and yellow a little bit. And the legs are brown and green. And the color on here is Halloween Pumpkin. So that was sort of just a straight impulse buy there. And then I have the Strike King KVD Sexy Frog because it would seem from the videos that I've been watching, everybody has a sexy frog in their case. So who am I to buck the system? And this is in Leopard Frog. There we go. So yeah, that's that guy. And then I also got the same thing, the Sexy Frog, in Spring Frog. And that one sort of has like the yellow belly with a little bit of the lighter color on the side and then the brown top. So, and then this guy whose tail is kind of up, this is sort of has I can't tell if it's a green or a whitish belly or a chartreuse belly, but it's got the black the brown top with the black flake, a little bit of red flake in there as well. And this is called Green Pumpkin Pearl Belly. So, looks more brown than green, but sometimes green pumpkin's pretty dark. And then it has the really dark green and the white legs. And red eyes on that one. And this guy I'm not really sure about at all. This is a Lunker Frog by Lunker Hunt. And it's very different in the fact that the body kind of looks like a Copper's Live Target Frog to me. But the legs are pretty different. They're, in fact, I guess I can open this. See, the legs are supposedly like more realistic, but I guess as it goes through the water, they stretch out, and then when you rest it, they come back up. I'm really not sure how durable these are going to be. They're fairly soft, but I don't know if they're going to like block the bite because the legs, there's a lot to them, and if they get all jammed up in the mouth, is it going to affect how the fish can bite on this? I'm not really sure. Of course, if you're as new to frogging as me, I'm like a frogging rookie. There's a good chance I won't be getting anything for a while anyway until I learn how this really works. But this is pretty soft, so I thought, well, what the heck, let's give him a try. So that's pretty much what I have here in those two boxings. Go ahead and focus in on that. And if you have any comments or suggestions or little tips, especially for someone who's new at something such as frogging, let me know. I'm still kind of researching what size pull to get, what power, what action, what reel. So any advice would be appreciated. And there we go.